Hey guys, we're going to be doing something different now. Welcome to Ramadan workouts, where we will be actually attacking each and every single day with the purpose of losing some weight. At the end of this, we want to be at 15 pounds lighter. So, what does that mean? That means I got to be at 235 pounds. Whoa! Quick maths. That means I'm 250 pounds. Sabri, how did you get there? By not being disciplined. So now, what we are going to be doing is being disciplined, working hard, and being intentional with what we do. But now, my my number one thing with my cheat meals, I'm not going to have a cheat meal. You know what? Cold turkey. Ramadan is a staple in the Islamic community, and it's one of the five pillars of Islam. The number one thing that we're gonna be doing right now is eating these dates, getting a nice snack to break our fast, and then from there we're gonna be on to our day two of our working out. So let's get into it. Hell yeah! This is like nature's crap. This shit tastes booming. It doesn't taste artificial or anything. It's from the earth. Shit got me juicing. This is the earth's candy. Start eating shit like this. Day two of Ramadan. Thank you. Just have a little bit of fun right now. We're going to be doing some pull downs. All right. The main focus for this isn't for like width. With this one, I'm gonna keep my elbows close to me, so my elbows are gonna be kind of like driving down into my lat. All right. So I'm really gonna be thinking about lat thickness on this one. Oh, it's too light. What am I doing? I keep forgetting who I am. You know those ones where you forget who you are? Like, oh shit. I used to deadlift 700 pounds. Just trying to be a little bit smarter about how you do things and how you don't do things. I like the content game, you know. Like no matter what you do, you're gonna have people staring. So just do your thing. Nice. That was a pretty light set. That was a very light set. Right now, my intention isn't trying to like just go super heavy at this moment. Right now, I'm just trying to make sure my muscles are moving the right way. Putting myself in the right positions, right angles, you know, making sure that I'm squeezing on my core because it's been a long time since I actually activated my muscles the way I used to. So what I mean by what I used to, I mean by like how I used to train. So I don't train like that anymore, but I'm slowly gonna get back to that place where I could be in that position and look the same way. So, and looking straight. Yeah, this shit is not meant to be heavy. It's supposed to feel good. All right. And when it comes to like start off with your training, people get it too mixed up to the point where they're not even able to come back into the gym. You know what I'm saying? They push themselves to a point where they one burn out, two their muscles is always in perpetual fatigue, and you can avoid that by just programming yourself accordingly. I don't agree with the sentiment pushing to failure for everybody. I feel like for the advanced lifters, you have to push to failure because you're already at a point where there's not that much more muscle growth that needs to be happening. So in order to adapt, you need to have some type of stimuli that's going to push your body to say, oh shit, this is the point that we need a break. And your body will keep pushing beyond that point. You know what I'm saying? For the protagonists, which is a lot, you need like a support system, which is the biceps. You're lifting, pull with your elbows. Make sure you're putting that tension on your biceps as well, so you can develop the strength of your biceps, so you can actually help it grow as well, right? Too many of us get too caught up in just trying to focus so much on back. You miss out on like the supplemental gains. So yeah. By the way, it's the last set. Same concept. Right? Don't be afraid to pull with the biceps as well. That's with both muscles. Biceps is there to support. Don't be afraid to do it. Remember, goal isn't failure. These exercises you want to build to a point where you're like, I don't want to say like close to failure, but depending on how far along you are in your training journey, if you're in the beginning stages, I'll say stay at 50%. Then later on in your training journey, I guess you could get to, let's say like you're in your 4th week and you're really getting the basics down. Now you want to push yourself a little bit, right? So maybe get to 60. And when you feel like you got out of that phase, you get into another phase where I want to push harder. You have a muscle. This is what personal training teaches too. You have a skill acquisition phase. You have a muscle building phase. You have a strength building phase, and then you have a peaking phase. That's how any structure goes. Now it's depending on what you're doing, whether it's basketball, whether it's soccer, whether it's bodybuilding, whether it's powerlifting, whether it's school, right? The peaking for school is like your tests, your quizzes, right? So if you're on any part of that journey, you should understand that there's levels that you have to go through, and it's applied to anything. If you're starting a business, the same thing. You're acquiring the skills to start that business, right? Once you start that business, now you want to build strength, whatever, right? So it's the same it's the same consistency or the same idea. So when you're trying to build muscle, do the same thing, right? The weight that you move doesn't matter, it's how you move the weight. That whole entire time, every single little bit of dialogue that I had wasn't recorded. Fuck. My mic cut out a little bit, so I had to put a little B-roll of me doing the pendulum rows, right? So my bad for not speaking. But when I was at the cable rows, I ended up getting